Welcome back to Dirt Nap TV. On this week's episode, we're going to take you on a bit of a journey. You know, in 2019, before the world fell apart, the team and I wanted to do big things. My dream was to go to Africa. I've been saving for many, many years to go to Africa and decided to start interviewing different outfitters. Now, by no means were we ever looking at the price. We're being price conscious because you have to when you're traveling across the world. But we wanted an experience, a once in a lifetime experience, to do something we've never done, to experience something we'll never experience again. And I reached out to 10 or 15 different outfitters in South Africa. All of them had their highs and lows until I came across Shawl with Infinito Safaris. We had a long conversation. He gave me a proposal that was the most professional proposal you'll ever see. Had agendas, had all the plans for the hunt. We were aligned 100%. He had what we wanted. At this point, we negotiated on our price, a fair deal. You know what, we're not ever looking for these free hunts. I never asked for a free hunt, I pay my way. Once you take something for free, you start overcommitting. The expectation becomes too high. People can get let down. Not what we wanted. We wanted a fair price, which we got. We wanted a great hunt, which we got. We wanted an experience we'd never forget, which we got. Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Scree Canada. Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Well, it's been 3 years in the making for a dream hunt that we've always wanted to do, and the world went to hell with COVID, but we got a window, a little opening, so off we go. You know, I think it's 3 o'clock in the morning on May 11th. We are on the way to the airport, so we're meeting. Everyone basically meets in New York or Newark, and we are off to Johannesburg from there. So I think we're about to embark on 32 hours of travel, no sleep, being super uncomfortable, but I guess the dream hunt is about to come true.
Trying to get
Yeah.
Yep.
Breakfast.
Breakfast for champions.
Mr. Colin, Mr. Phil. All right, well, we are about 45 minutes away from taking off, so we'll see what comes, but we're about to embark on about 30 hours of travel, which is not going to be enjoyable, but I think it'll be worth it when we get there. You gonna hit anything this trip, Aaron?
Hopefully everything.
Well, I think leg 2 is good. We're in Denver, and we got about half-hour layover.
Half hour.
And then
coffee.
Yep. And then off to Newark, and we got 5 hours there, and then a long flight over to Joburg. So we'll see. I'm trying to stay awake. I'm going on 2 hours sleep. I think we're about 3. So if we can stay awake until the long flight, then hopefully we get a little bit of sleep, but we'll see what happens. For those of you who don't know, South Africa is like the top 20 longest flights you'll ever take. Ridiculously long. Our total travel time was just shy of 30 hours. We hopscotched across the US, ended up in Newark, and at that point, we had a bit of a layover, and then we had a 16.5-hour flight. Holy moly.
You guys are a long way from home, eh?
How are you?
Adam, welcome.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, same here. I'm going to introduce you. This is my wife, Erica.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. JD, one of the professional hunters. Lodge manager, Mika.
Hi there.
Okay, and this is Felicia and Shirley.
Hello.
And a little warm cloth to wash your face and your hands with, and a little welcome drink.
So we arrive. Shawl, Erica, and the rest of the staff are all at the front door to greet us. They have hot towels, they have some fancy drink, I'm not sure what it was. And this is their home. And they meet us with open arms. A hug, a handshake. This is 3 years in the making from when we first started talking till when we finally show up. And there's always these weird feelings when you show up anywhere, and there was no weirdness. It was, you were home, you were with family, you were with friends, instantly. The welcome was over the top, and this just set the bar. This is the beginning of our hunt. This is the beginning of our adventure.
This is your place, okay? If you want to chill out, if you want to talk to people back home and it's a bit busy at the bar or it's busy out there, you're welcome to just come and chill out here. It's quite a comprehensive library.
Well, after a thorough once-over of the ranch and how the day-to-day operations go, they show us the Kentucky, the bar there, the restaurant area or sitting area where we sit, the quiet areas, the fire pit. They take us to our rooms. The most comfortable bed you'd ever have. Had a water bottle in there. Michael thought there was some sort of animal in there, scared him. I had to go and put him at ease, but it's Africa. It's Africa at its finest, and we're there and we're living it. This segment of Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Scent Relief. I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 times more. Always check your bows, your guns, whatever, when you travel. Airlines are not good with them. They throw them around and just watch out the window. They don't care. It's not their stuff. We shot, and surprisingly enough, pretty much everyone's bow was on.
Night, when you phoned me and you said to me about your bow, my bow's not here, I think, yes, this is going to be the cherry on the cake, But
Well, when were we supposed to be here? Last August.
yeah.
And then the world fell apart. So, because we started talking in 19, right before Christmas.
Yeah, just before Christmas. I remember clearly I was on holiday down by the coast and you phoned me. And I stood there on the veranda talking to you. And my dad said afterwards, he said, "Is that a Canadian?" I said to him, "Yeah, that's a Canadian." He says, "Yeah, that's a different English from Americans."
So one thing Shawl did was paired the hunter with the guide. So I had Andre. Him and I instantly hit it off. We're both smart asses and set the bar. Like, we were picking on each other the entire time. Both ways, it went amazing. So first hunt, first morning, I'm up. We go to a blind because they had cameras saying that there was a whole bunch of sable coming in there. I don't know anything at this point. I have a guide who knows everything. I know nothing. Off we go.
All right, well, it's our first morning here, so he says he's gonna get us something. I said it, I didn't promise it. Well, we're gonna see. We came in, there was a sable that walked into the bush, so looked like a good one. I don't know what I'm looking at, but they seem to get pretty excited. So we'll see what happens and go from there. Well, we had a sable come in about 10 yards and had the camera on him, but there was no shot. He went in, had a drink, and was quartering towards. And we are not going to take a quartering towards shot. Now we have the world's most obnoxious birds.
So we get in there, they close the door, and 20 minutes later, a sable comes in the background and he leaves. Then a big boy comes in and commits himself hard. He comes directly in facing us, then turns quick and he's away. And there's just no shot, and my heart is dropping. One of the biggest animals I wanted out of all of them was my Sable. And here he is, and he's not giving us a shot. So he leaves off and does his thing. Now, at this point, Andre reminds me that these aren't North American animals. They're built different, everything's a little different, the kill zone's a little different. One thing he says is on their elbow, there's a ball, like a knot. Do not hit that. It's gonna be where you think the kill zone is. Whatever you do, don't hit that, aim back of that. They're a tough animal, we want a quartering away shot. Don't hit the elbow. Perfect. So that Sable leaves, and we wait for a few more hours. Here comes another Sable. Watch what happens. Anyway, there he is. Turns, opens up the leg. In my brain, don't hit the elbow, don't hit the elbow, don't hit the elbow. Touch off, hit the elbow. One thing I'm not supposed to do, and I do it. It runs to about 70 yards. I knock another arrow, let it rip, hit it forward in the shoulder a little bit, and off he goes. My heart drops to the floor. Bucket list animal. One thing I came to Africa for. Told a million times don't hit the elbow. And I hit the elbow. This segment of Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Tooth of the Arrow broadheads, machined from 100% solid steel.
Oh, we got up early this morning and had a coffee, a little breakfast, and shot the bows and got out late to the blind, and we sat for, I don't know, 4 hours?
Yeah.
And this guy was teasing us throughout the day, but never really committed. And then finally, as you can see on the video, he came in on a string. And first time in Africa, first time seeing a Sable. And I pulled the shot and shot him bad, right in the knee. We got a follow-up shot into him as he was going into the bush, and that was the last we saw of him. So we gave him a couple hours to do his thing and got back on him, and what happened? He blew up.
That's it.
So I think we spent, what, 5 miles, 6 miles?
Yeah, 6 miles.
Up and down everything you can see here, and then finally we caught up to him again and put a final one in him and closed the deal.
And that makes for a good day.
Yeah, I think I owe you the world for how much work I put you through.
Thank you for shooting straight, man.
Oh, one down and a lot more to go.
So while I'm out hunting the Sable, Colin goes out for Impala. This is one of his bucket list animals. Trust me, he worked his butt off. Leading up to this hunt, for the 3 years we had, he was shooting so many arrows to the point that he shot out his string, he had to get new string, and shot and shot and shot. First morning, what comes out is Impala. 15 yards, turns, opens its leg, pinwheels it. Absolutely pinwheels it. Now, if you've never hunted an Impala, they are tiny, 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 like an antelope for people that know antelope, like a big German Shepherd, if anyone knows that. They are spookier than a whitetail, jump the string like a whitetail, but these herds of these Impala are massive, hundreds at times, and they travel together. So many eyes on you. It's like a whitetail hunt on steroids with a million eyes.
Ah, it's nice to be outside. Still know how we're sleeping. I woke up and there's 2 bucks. It's okay. Just be in your natural state, buddy. That's how we film the show. Requires lots of editing. It's good. how little blood there is right through here. Hey, how hard is that to see? Curls up in this heat, like, you see all the full of bubbles. Yeah, thank you. Look at that. It's beautiful. It is.
This segment of Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Victory Archery. All right, so I'm over here hunting Sable. Colin's over here hunting Impala. Michael and Aaron go after an nyala. If you don't know what an nyala is, it looks like someone found a bag of parts of animals and just started putting them together like a Mr. Potato Head of animal parts, and just starts putting them together to come up with the most bizarre looking animal you'd ever see. It kind of has the head of a kudu, it has the body of something else, like a moose, and they're the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. They haunch up like they have a stomach ache. They move slow, they're dopey looking, but they're on. Like you blink and they notice you. They came in weary every time we seen them, and this one is no different. So as you can see, he's coming in slow, he's cautious. There's the wildebeest around, which those are equally as spooky, but he comes in and takes his time. Well, Michael, who's my nephew, is patient, waiting for the guide, and you can hear the guide saying, not yet, no shot. The second he has the opportunity, he pinwheels it, sends that tooth of the arrow through its lungs, lights out, game over, thank you.
There's one behind you. Another buffalo coming in. There's a wildebeest bull of good one as well. They're white. That's it, right behind the shoulder. Are we good? Yeah, yes. Like it, right behind the shoulder. Like, okay, right behind the shoulder.
There's your animal, sir.
Good placement.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
To see how the rest of this hunt plays out, you're gonna have to tune in next week. We're hoping to have 6 parts, 5 parts of this. We're not, like I said, we're not sure, but on this hunt, we harvested over 20 animals in the 14 days we were there. Majority of them with bow, a few with rifle. We put in a lot of time with our bows, but ultimately at the end of the day, some animals needed to be taken with a rifle. On the future episodes coming up, we're gonna be shooting impala, warthog, gemsbok, zebra, kudu, Cape buffalo, wildebeest, waterbuck. The list is endless. Again, it's so game rich. We also visited local schools. We had some charity work we done that we're gonna share with you. We gave back. A lot of the time when people go to Africa, they go, they hunt, they kill, they go home. Not what we wanted. We wanted to see the culture. We wanted to see the people. You know, we donated a lot of what we shot there. We brought school supplies for the schools, toys and candies and stuff for the kids. and just spent some time with the locals, and were embraced by their culture, and they welcomed us with open arms. It is an unbelievable place and an unbelievable feeling. Heartwarming and amazing, and we're happy that we're going to be able to share it with you over the 6-part or 5-part series that we do. We'll see you next week right here on Dirt Nap TV. Dirt Nap TV has been brought to you by these fine sponsors.